and today I'm here to finally do a wrap up. My plan for this week is to just get 2 videos uploaded. I feel like I've been so not consistent for like ever, and literally my wrap-ups are becoming so hard to film because I just don't read enough for one, but then I just never want to film them. So this is 2 months worth. So I've got June and July here, and I only read 5 books. Pitiful amount. And honestly, I haven't really got like a major amount of like favorites going on here. Now the sun's out. It's okay, we can't deal. So I'm feeling that this video is going to be pretty quick because I probably won't have that much to say, and it's also been a while since I read these, but let's get into it. The first book that I'm going to say that I finished, because I read a lot more of it the month before, is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dare. So sadly, this book only got 4 stars, and it's only sad because I had the prediction that it was going to be a 5-star read, but I just had issues with it, and it's been a while, so I can't remember what they are. So this book was a lot more adult than I expected it to be, and I know it's an adult contemporary, but some of them still have this like carefree innocence, and that's kind of what I really enjoy about them, is they can still be so fun. But this one was very much just like we're old people in our 40s dealing with shit, and I was like, okay, like it was still fun, it was still good, but there was also a lot of repetition too of like how they were feeling and what people were saying about them, and there was just like very much like reiterating I don't know what to say. It was a lot of the same thing over and over and over again, and they were good messages and good things to deal with, but it was just a lot of the same stuff that I felt like there wasn't actually that much plot. Favorite thing about the book too though is that it's total shun to how shit season 8 of Game of Thrones of, because there's a fictional TV show in this book that's ending, and their main actor is the main love interest, and he freaking hates it, so he writes fan fiction to be like, yo, this is shit, this is what should happen. That's how he vents, and it's just funny because like whenever people ask, they're like, yes, best season ever, and it's not. It is so not, and everyone hates it. So it's Marcus and April. April is plus size, and she loves to write fan fiction, but she also wants to get into cosplay, and then her cosplay goes viral, and he asks her on a date, and then they like pretend to date, but it's not actually pretending because like they do date and then they like each other, and then Marcus realizes that they've been best friends online forevers and they're messaging, so there's all this level of like we know each other but we don't realize it's each other vibe, and it's good. Like it's that element of it was really good, the fan culture was really good, and the representation was really good, but I was bored a lot of the time, and I just was like, I mean, I'm bored with most of my books at the moment, and I know that sounds bad, but nothing is captivating me to read like 100 pages in a day. Like, I like them, and I can generally say that they're good books, but my brain just frizzles out, and I don't want to do it. So I don't know what to do about that, but anyhow, I'm sad that it wasn't my favorite, but I do have the second one that's about different characters, and I'm excited to see where that story goes. Again, another book I finished is Unhooked by Lisa Maxwell. So I started this in freaking like March for Magical Readathon, and then I didn't finish it, so then I literally put it on my Because We Can Readathon TBR. Literally the most boringest shit ever, man. I can't even. This was meant to be really good, and I've read Never Never by the other person that's like literally the freaking like same book. I don't even know where it is. Like, why would I have not just 1 but 2 identical Peter Pan retellings? Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but this one is good. This one I enjoyed. This one was freaking boring. The main character's name is Gwen, and she's like just chilling, and her mum's always been like really crazy about protecting her and stuff, and they move a lot, and then they move to this new place, and then she's there with her friend Olivia, who comes with her to like help her settle in, and then they get kidnapped by these creatures, and then Olivia gets like taken, and she's like transformed by the island because she's just normal and she forgets everything, but then Gwen's just like, because there's some weird shit going on with her, she kind of remembers but kind of doesn't, and then there's Rowan, who is meant to be Captain Hook, and then there's Pan, who's obviously Pan, and then there was no Tiger Lily, so I don't even think this counts for my challenge, but I dealt with enough shit during this book to have to, you know. And then there's like Lost Boys, and there's magic, and there's flying and shit, and it was meant to just be cool, and I was just bored. I didn't care. I did not care for the relationship. I did not care for the characters. The friendship was like the best bit, but like Olivia started to really piss me off, so I was like, nah, don't even have that saving grace anymore. So So would I recommend? No, please don't. If you own this, probably just unhaul it because it was so boring. You could just pick something else up, and this is why I keep slumping, because I'm just picking up shit books apparently. But then I finally finished The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which I started even before Unhooked. But this was good. This did actually captivate me quite well, but I just was really busy. So that was the difference, is I wanted to read, but I couldn't. So this is one of the like OG adult contemporaries that everyone needs to have read in their life. And for me, reading like 30 others before I got to this, I was really worried that I was like not gonna like it, or it was gonna be really overhyped. And I've heard some bad things, but mostly good things. And with the movie coming out, there was lots of hype. And I'm still mad because my cinema did a showing of it, and I didn't even know, like I could have seen it. But I loved this book so much. Lucy and Joshua are like peak characters for an adult contemporary. Like I want them to be the blueprint now of every character ever, because their banter's amazing, their relationship's amazing, their problem solving could do a little bit of work, but I still really appreciate it where the story went. But I also was like waiting for there to be a big blowout, and then the book ended and I was like, oh, the blowout was that thing that happened earlier, and this is just like just some long ass epilogue vibe. But I really enjoyed it. There was so many funny things. The paintball was really funny, like when he looked after her when she was sick, all the games they play. Even though at first it was kind of annoying, I started to really appreciate what they were doing, and they're so funny. And I just loved this so much. And out of the whole wrap up, definitely the best thing I read in those 2 months. Then I listened to When You Get the Chance by Emma Lord. So this is my 3rd Emma Lord book, and I am still not sure how I'm feeling about these books, because Tweet Cute was my favorite. Then the next one, which was you have a match or something. It's something about matching because there's like a DNA plotline there. But this one, I don't know if I liked it more than the second one, but there is different things that irritated me with it. And I'm finding it so sad that like her later books I'm not enjoying, but the first one was just so good. Like I highly recommend Tweet Cute because it is a great little story. But this one is about our main character Millie, who is like wanting to be an actress and a singer and all that, and she wants to go to this special school, and her dad won't let her. So her solution is to find her birth mum so that her birth mum will let her go, but she doesn't know who her birth mum is. So then she gets help from her friend Teddy. So she goes into her dad's old like college Facebook vibe account thing, like it's basically a Facebook account thing, and then she finds 3 women that it could be, and she has to try and figure out who is her mum. So she puts herself into their lives. So she goes to like work at a job where one of the women is, she goes to a dance class where one of the women is, and she goes to a theatre group where one of the women is, and she's slowly trying to figure out who her mum is. But she starts to get to the point where she's not sure if she really wants to find her, or if she even wants to know, because she starts to like all 3 women. So it's very much a Mamma Mia plotline, and it's funny because the school play they're gonna do is Mamma Mia, and she wants to play Donna, so they think she's very method. And then the love interest is a guy that she's been fighting with like the whole time that she's been at school, but then they both go to the same internship, and then they start to become friends. And like I thought their relationship was done really well in the way that they started to really understand each other. What annoyed me with this book is the main character. She was fucking annoying. She needed some help because she just shitted me, because she's so entitled and rude, and she sits there and she's all like, yeah, but I'm not confident, but I have to be confident to be famous. But then she's just so loud and out there and just always just talking at the wrong times, and just some of the shit she said was so annoying. And literally she's got this thing that's a Millie mood, so it's very special, where she's like, once she's in a Millie mood she can't come out of it, and I'm like, babe, it's a tantrum, grow up. She had different types of Millie moods, and all of her family and her friends knew about them, and like they'd have to always help her get out of her Millie moods, and I'm like, just shut up. Like, just shut up. And then the thing that irritated me was whenever she put an outfit on, and this is a small thing, right? So she put an outfit on, and it was always, and I put Heather's boots on, who is her auntie. And every time she wore something new, it's, oh, and I have Heather's boots on. Oh, maybe I'll put Heather's boots on. Oh, you know what I haven't worn in a while? Heather's boots. Oh, you know what's on my feet? Heather's boots. And I'm like, can you stop? I guarantee the book could have been 100 pages shorter with the words Heather's boots in the page count, because my absolute god, like I couldn't stand it. Like I still gave this book 4 stars because the mystery element was what kept it going for me, and I guessed who it was. I was so proud of it, and I guessed it, and there was also another mystery and I guessed that too, and then there was another thing that I guessed, and I'm like, got it, I got it. This is my bone and my theories, and I'm just excited because I just knew what was up, and I'm proud of myself. So that's what gave it an extra star, is my excitement when I was right. So that was all the books that I read in June, and July was just a struggle because it took me so long to read this freaking book. So Navigating the Stars by Marie V. Schneider. So I made a whole vlog about this book, which I can link down below, but I made a whole video about how I read the first chapter last, and I had my whole entire reading experience, and I talked a lot about the book, so I don't feel like I need to talk about it too much, but I just couldn't get through it. Like, it wasn't even a bad book. I gave it 4 stars, and as I said, I just get bored. It's not because of the book per se, it's just the effort of actually reading. It's getting a real struggle for me, and it's not good because I have a booktube channel that's about books, so if I don't read, then there's nothing to really talk about. So I need to try and keep maintaining it, and I've already nearly finished 2 books already for this next month, but I was like, should have finished them in this month because it just shits me. And I even had 10 days to read a book and I still didn't finish a book because this literally took me more than a month. Yeah, pretty much like 30 days to actually finish this, and it's only 450 pages, so I struggled, but I enjoyed it. And I will say that this probably, like, not completely, but this is up there and was one of my favorite Marie V. Schneider books because there is a very low bar. So for it to be above the bar is amazing in itself. But I really enjoyed actually having a space story because the only space book that I've read so far this year has been Aurora's End. So it's kind of nice to read something different, even though this was hella confusing. But I also like that there's terracotta warriors and the romance was really cute, and I feel like her development as a character was done really well. And I can't say that I'm excited to keep reading because I'm not going to buy these books anytime soon because, as I've said many times, there is too many things going on here and I keep buying things and I'm not reading them, and it's just, again, I'm probably just gonna have to have like a mass unhaul. But I just don't want to let anything go because, like, what if they're good? But clearly this month too, I'm reading things that I've had for a long time and I'm like, well, they're kind of shit. So it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. So this is my wrap up. It's very small. Like, I don't even know the last time I actually read a hardcover, to be honest, because literally all I read is the adult contemporaries and I just never read for hardcovers anymore because they're all the fantasies. I just noticed that. That's crazy. But anyway, guys, that is all for my wrap up. I said at the start that it was probably going to be short, but I had a lot of bitching to do apparently. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!